Hello and welcome to tonight's CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualia, sitting here with Mike Molyneux and with Marv Azan. So it is 2020, June. We're still in the midst of COVID. It's honestly, for me at least, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since the NBA shut down. But like in the grand scheme of things, when you look back at it, it's been quite a while since the Rudy Gobert night.
Yeah.
Over 100 days of no basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if sports just slowed down my life because every single night I'm like, all right, I got to sit down and watch this. But I don't know. It seems like things have gone by quick, but I need sports back. I was watching golf this weekend. I don't watch golf. No offense to people who watch golf, but watching golf sucks. I don't want to watch golf.
Oh, thanks.
But I was doing that this weekend just to get a little touch of sports in my life. Anyway, COVID. So coronavirus, that bitch. It's still around. You're still living here with COVID. NFL players are getting COVID now, and now there seems to be a very real concern with the NFL season. So the NFL has been talking for about a month and a half now, acting like we're going to have a regular season, like things are going to be totally fine. But now there seems to be some real concern with players testing positive, like we talked about last week on the Cowboys. With the Houston Texans. And now there are multiple players, staff, who are testing positive in the league. And now you look around, too, with the other leagues, there seems to be growing concern about coronavirus and really playing the NFL season. So, guys, with this spike in cases, specifically with athletes and staff with the NFL teams, and actually with all major sports, do you guys think there's a real chance that this NFL season might not actually happen? Because if all of these sports, the one season I thought was going to happen for a while and I had full confidence in was the NFL. Is there a chance now that this season isn't going to happen? Marv, I'll start with you. What do you think?
There's absolutely a real chance that there will not be an NFL season this year. And you got to think about it. We're already seeing, like Nick said, the players, staff members that are catching COVID, right? So one thing we know for certain, there'll be no fans. Let's get that out of the way. Even if there is a season, there's no fans. But I don't see there being a season without a bubble system where you keep thousands and thousands of players, coaches, staff members all in one area where they can't do anything and they have to get tested almost every day. Because we're talking about a sport where contact is a must. You're seeing the regulations right now where they're saying, oh, you can, have practices, but players need to be this far apart. Coaches got to wear masks, John Harbaugh already came out and said, all of these things are unrealistic for our sport. Like, I don't understand how any of this is going to happen. If the coaches and players think the guidelines are not going to work, I don't know how it's going to happen. You got to keep all the players in a bubble system. And like we said last week, Nick, that's a big-ass bubble you're going to have to keep all these players from.
It's the biggest bubble in the world.
And then, you don't know everybody's family situation, where they need to tend to, and you're going to keep them away for 4 or 5 months of a season. It's highly unrealistic. So I really don't know what the NFL has planning. All the reports say they are still optimistic, regardless of all the COVID-19 reports that are coming out. They're still optimistic. But like I said, the requirements are going to be a bubble and a test every day. How realistic that is, we'll see.
I mean, you talk about either the bubble system or you talk about hub cities where they're going to have to, again, I mean, either way, they're going to have to move they're going to have to move your team, the entire league, basically to a couple of cities. But playing it regularly, I don't think it's going to happen unless this thing just magically disappears, which I don't think it's going to happen, or if we get a vaccine, which again, highly unlikely in the next couple of months. Playing an NFL season regularly, I don't know how that's going to work. Mike, what do you think? Is there a chance that this season does not happen this year?
I mean, it's looking unlikely that a season might happen, but on the same side of that, I mean, I don't know, maybe if you guys have heard something or what, but it's like the NFL has no type of plan as to how to go about COVID.
They're crossing their fingers. That's all they're doing.
Exactly. Just fingers crossed, hoping that everything can still go as business as usual, have a regular season. Most they probably said at this point is, okay, no fans, but, they plan on doing everything, as regular as possible. We have not heard any reports of, okay, well, they're planning on doing a bubble, or maybe they're going to try to do it in one city. There hasn't been anything at all. You've heard the NBA has gone through all the process and discussions about the bubble situation in Orlando. They've gone through that. Even Major League Baseball, all that I keep hearing about them arguing is how many games they want to play. I don't even know if they have a plan set up too, similar to the NFL. It's like there's no real plan, or at least the public isn't really hearing about such a plan to put in place as to how to make the NFL season work with COVID at the same time. Marv you guys just laid it all out. There's a lot of factors going into playing football. I saw a post earlier today on social media about new designs of helmets. It just to try something different.
They look like Halo helmets.
They look like Halo helmets from the Xbox, like just different things that they can maybe try to do. But for the most part, the NFL hasn't really come out and said anything other than fingers crossed. They're hoping it can still go business as usual. So as time keeps ticking and these days and weeks and months keep passing by, let's see what the NFL has to say, because the numbers are still out there of cases of COVID, and especially in some major cities where the numbers are spiking up because they're just wide open doing whatever. It's going to be interesting to see is how the NFL is going to combat that and try to come with some kind of plan as to how to move forward if they want a season to happen.
Well, you're right. Like it seems like there's no plan. Maybe they have a plan that they haven't told us about. But these guys are just like, listen, we are playing football. This is football. Nothing shuts it down. Well, a pandemic might shut it down. And this is something that actually sparked this. So Devin McCourty sparked this in my brain today. Devin McCourty on the McCourty Twins podcast, which I didn't know they had a podcast. Guys, do some marketing here. Figuring it out football, to me, seems to be the hardest thing right now. We hope, but I don't know if we'll figure it out. There's doubts with Devin McCourty that this season can happen. I mean, like, just going back to it, we've already said it, but the only way that you can do this is if you do a bubble system, go to a hub city, something, maybe a couple of cities, and you're going to have to stay away from the family because you can't just expect these guys to go to the football field, practice, play a game, then go home, come in contact with, who knows, somebody who's asymptomatic. You bring it back to the locker room, you somehow pass the test, your temperatures are not going to be up, you go in and you infect half the team, half the roster guys. This thing spreads like crazy. There is no way that they're going to be able to just go about their lives if they plan on having a season. And another concern, I would say, is you look at the NBA and look at the MLB, there's real concern there now with tests and with positive cases. There's some real concern. And even in the NHL, Austin Matthews, Toronto Maple Leafs, he just tested positive too. So the fact that there is real growing concern within the other three major sports who, except for baseball, plan on coming back, I think there's a very real possibility that this season might not happen. I want to believe it's going to happen. Wishful me thinks it's going to happen. But if they canceled the 2020-2021 NFL season, I would not be shocked at all. And we'd just be watching a lot of Madden games online. That's all we would be watching, like the MLB tried to do at the start of the season.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's going to suck. I'm excited to see Jarrett Stidham. I'm ready to see this guy play football.
Yeah, Stidham.
I'm ready for fantasy.
Yeah, I'm ready for fantasy too. But I mean, I suck at fantasy every year. And one good thing, my mental health would probably improve this year if the NFL season doesn't happen, because I'm not going to have to worry about my fantasy team. I'm not going to worry about sucking every single week.